Graphic novels are amazing. That combination of text and illustrations that can be just as complex as a chapter book. The only problem? There never seems to be enough. I'm Annamarie, one of your Westerville Library youth librarians, so excited to share 12 new graphic novels with all of you, all published in the first half of 2020 in the next 10 minutes. Book number 1, Shirley and Jamila Save Their Summer by Gillian Goerz. Jamila is not looking forward to a long and boring summer in a brand new neighborhood until she meets longtime resident Shirley. Shirley is a little strange and extremely perceptive, but Jamila takes her up on her offer to get Jamila out of science camp this summer. Soon, Jamila is drawn into Shirley's side business as the neighborhood kid detective. A friendship and crime-fighting partnership is born, starting with the case of the missing pet gecko that got lost at the neighborhood swimming pool. Book number 2, Antihero by Kate, Karyus, Quinn, and Demitria Lunetta. Middle school is hard for everyone, but it's especially hard when a freak accident causes you to switch bodies with your sworn enemy. Things get even more complicated because the two girls, peppy, sports-driven Piper and quiet, tech genius Sloane, have secret super identities. Piper as a superhero and Sloane as a supervillain. Toss in a supervillain grandfather determined to take over Gotham, yes, Gotham of Batman fame, and you are in for a wild read. Book number 3, Stepping Stones by Lucy Knisley. Jen didn't want her and her mom to move to the country with her mom's new boyfriend, Walter. But Jen is used to not getting what she wants. Jen also didn't want 2 new sisters, especially 2 new sisters who seem to be perfect at everything. Jen doesn't know where she belongs in this new family, and it's really hard to figure that out when she spends all of her time cleaning the chicken coop and running the family stand at the local farmer's market. Can Jen figure out where she fits in when she spends all of her time cleaning up chicken poop? Book number 4, Science Comics Crows, Genius Birds by Kyla Vanderklugt. There are many great nonfiction graphic novel series out there, and Science Comics is a wonderful place to start. The Science Comics series includes titles on many different science topics, from cats and bats to dogs and robots, dinosaurs, volcanoes, and so much more, with 4 or 5 new titles published each year. Crows is a particularly fun title where your main character, a crow, outsmarts a dog to helping him track down some particularly yummy treats. Learn all about crows throughout this story, such as how they use tools to get what they want, how they never forget a human face, and more. Book number 5, When Stars Are Scattered by Omar, Mohamed, and Victoria Jamieson. Victoria Jamieson, author and illustrator of Roller Girl, transcribes Omar's true story of his experiences growing up in a refugee camp. Omar and his younger brother Hassan spent most of their lives living in Dadaab, a refugee camp in Kenya. While living in a refugee camp is hard, there's never enough food to go around, for one thing. Omar makes the best of it, always putting his relationship with his brother Hassan first. When Omar gets a chance to go to school, he is so excited to take this opportunity to change his future. But he's hesitant to leave his younger brother, his only family, home alone every day. Book number 6, My Video Game Ate My Homework by Dustin Hansen. Dewey is ready to ace his science project with the world's coolest volcano. But everything goes wrong when his friend's new video game system eats his homework. Literally. They turned on the game's virtual reality software, and suddenly it opened a portal and sucked Dewey's volcano into the game. The only way to get it back? They have to enter the game too, get new identities and powers, and win. Book number 7, Aster and the Accidental Magic by Thom Pico. Aster expects moving into the middle of nowhere to be super boring. Her parents are busy with some work project, and her house is just surrounded by hills and hills and more hills. When Aster gets bored enough to start exploring those hills, she discovers trees and lakes and sheep and magic. Things start to seem a little odd when Aster discovers an old woman herding dogs in one of the valleys. But things become even more peculiar when Aster finds a magical trickster in the woods who offers Aster 3 wishes. Aster decides to take him up on his bargain, and things suddenly get much more interesting and much more fun. Book number 8, History Comics, The Great Chicago Fire by Kate Hannigan. Another nonfiction series great for fans of Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales or the I Survived books. History Comics takes readers through events in history. Learn about the very real and very deadly Great Chicago Fire through the eyes of a sister, brother, and young puppy determined to escape the flames. This fire burned for over 2 days in Chicago and burned down much of the city's buildings. Will the kids escape? Will the puppy make it out too? And why did the fire start anyway? Does it have something to do with those rumors about a cow? Book number 9, Doodleville by Chad Sell. Drew loves to doodle, but her doodles are more than just leftover drawings. Her doodles come to life, jumping out of her sketchbook, sometimes into the very important artwork at the Art Institute of Chicago. Drew decides it's time to tame her doodles, and she decides to do that by creating her biggest doodle yet, the Leviathan, or Levi for short. But when Levi starts to wreak havoc on her classmates' drawings, things start to go wrong fast. Is Levi a friendly doodle or a monster that needs to be tamed? Book number 10, Sparks Double Dog Dare by Ian Boothby and Nina Matsumoto. Charlie and August are 2 cats with a secret identity. They control a mechanical dog, the superhero Sparks. While the 2 cats are used to saving the day, everything starts to go wrong when a second dog appears. He looks just like Sparks, but this dog causes havoc. Can the 2 cats figure out what's really going on and save Sparks and their reputation? Book number 11, Jacky Haha by James Patterson and Chris Grabenstein. A graphic novel adaptation of the chapter book, this story follows young Jacky, who just loves to make people laugh, even if that isn't the best decision at the moment. Jacky's tendency to be the class clown gets her in trouble at school and at home. Her principal offers her a deal. Jacky can get out of detention if she joins the drama club. But is Jacky really made for the stage? Book number 12, Snapdragon by Kat Leyh. Time to wrap things up with something a little creepy and a little different. Snapdragon meets an older woman, rumored to be a witch, named Jax, when Snap is out looking for her lost dog. Snap quickly realizes that Jax isn't a witch, but she is a bit different. Jax collects roadkill, cleans their skeletons, and sells them online. Snap finds this strange, but kind of fascinating. And when Snap finds an abandoned family of opossums, she decides she has to call Jax immediately. Soon, the two strike up a friendship, and Snap starts to realize that Jax might actually have some magic after all. Check out all of these great new graphic novels as physical books or ebooks with your Westerville Library Card.